Have you got anything special planned for the download set list? Cornflake Northern Ireland. We will put together the best set we can. We're definitely going to put the ones that everybody would expect us to play, like Blackbird and the singles, Isolation. The new single, Ghost of Days Gone By, and
the Backstreet Boys medley.
Yes.
We're gonna put that in. It's gonna be good. Maybe some New Kids. Maybe some Take That.
Whenever we play download, we're always giving it. We know that it's a very important show for us. We always try and make it something that we're all 110% put into the show. So we look forward to it.
The next question is from Disturbed Denton, Chris Disturbed Denton from Bristol. His question is, if you have the time, what other bands would be checking out at Download this year? We're definitely going to check out Thin Lizzy, because it's Thin Lizzy.
That's when you're warming up, though.
Oh, that is when I'm warming up. How will I do that? Will you stand on the side of the stage and record it with the video?
I'll have my iPhone there. Doing iVideo chat.
Oh, that's a good idea. We can do it, then I'll be warming up, me. Listen, the boys are back in town.
I'll just have my guitar in one hand and video chat with Miles on.
That's great. That's good. All right. There you go.
Considering WWE Superstar Edge used Metalingus as his ring entrance music, are you wrestling fans? And if so, who's your favorite wrestler? And that's from Shaky22 UK. My favorite wrestler, I don't know, it's a tough one. There's so many good ones. There's Brutus the Barber Beefcake. There's Bret the Hitman Hart. My nickname has been Brutus from my brother for years because we watched wrestling and he'd call me Brutus because I liked Brutus the Barber Beefcake. I would say my favorites of all time would be the Von Erich brothers, Kevin Von Erich being a great one, or the Road Warriors, best tag team of all time, the Road Warriors. So
I didn't know all this stuff.
I grew up with it.
Wow,
My
that's
household
right. Michael's a
full of
big
wrestling.
wrestling fan. Yeah. Wow, it's impressive. It's impressive and scary at the same time.
Watch it, man.
What bands influenced you whilst growing up, and do they still influence you now? That's Nobsy from Yorkshire. I like that name. Definitely Zeppelin, Queen, a lot of the British new wave metal that came about in the early 80s. There's a ton that I won't bore you with. How about you?
It's not a lot. That's two bands I just mentioned.
Yeah, but
What about singing-wise?
Singing-wise? Well, singing-wise, Stevie Wonder was a huge influence. Definitely, Jeff Buckley, big influence. Marvin Gaye, Robert Plant, going forever. Chris Whitley. Yeah, Chris Whitley is actually one I've neglected to bring up more, but he was still is a huge influence on me. There's a record he put out years ago called Dirt Floor, which is just like one of my favorite records of all time, so check it out.
I'm not as classy as that. My bands are more thrash, speed metal, Slayer, Metallica, Celtic Frost, Testament, Exodus, Loz Rocket, Power Mad, you get the picture, Anthrax, Megadeth, speed metal, thrash. That was my, imagine mixing speed metal and thrash with the rides in the back of your mom's car with Journey and Jerry Rafferty and Rod Stewart. Mix it all up together, and those are my influences.
Good. This is from David Good from Essex. Will you get any darker in terms of mood and subject matter, or will Alter Bridge's next album be an unpredictable evolution? Well, the last record, 83, is pretty dark, so maybe we'll throw everybody a curveball on this next one, and it'll be like
REM,
let's do it really happy, like
Shiny Happy
Chumbawamba
People.
sort of thing. Let's totally we'll mess with everybody. They're gonna hear it. They're gonna go, what the hell happened to Alter Bridge? It's hard to know until it's done, because it's like generally with our subject matter, it has to do with kind of where we are in our lives. And so right now, life is great. Life is awesome. So maybe it'll be a positive record. Who knows?
What's next?
Why don't you do this one? Since
Miles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Miles, what age did you start singing, and when was it you realized you have... I'm not going to even read that next line. That's
One of the greatest voices in rock.
That's
reads.
embarrassing, and that's so... It's ridiculous, and I appreciate... That's nice, but it's just not true. It's from Daniel Crosley from Manchester. Well, I kind of started singing when I was really young. Just sit around the house, whatever was on the radio. But I didn't want anyone to know that I could sing because I was really shy and didn't aspire to be a lead singer by any stretch of the imagination. I just wanted to play guitar. So when I really started to, I guess, embrace it and work on it and try and develop it, was probably in my early 20s when I started writing songs, and I wasn't able to find a singer where I lived, and so I just learned to do it myself. And I'm grateful it's all worked out wonderfully.
Mark, what do you and the rest of the band get up to whilst Miles is touring with Slash? Do the breaks annoy you, or do you welcome the time off? They annoy me, and I'm going to tell Miles right now on camera. The Slash business has got to stop. No, I have 2 kids that are very important to me. They're the most important thing to me in the world. So when he's touring with Slash, that gives me an excuse to be able to stay at home and be a full-time dad, and that's more important to me than anything, like I said. But at the same time, when I'm at home, I'm an artist, I'm a songwriter. I like to have forward motion. So this time I had 3 months off while he was out with Slash. I put together a solo album, and
Just
I'm about halfway done with it now, and hopefully it'll be we'll release music in January. So it's good. I think the Slash thing has done wonders for Alter Bridge as far as the credibility of the band and the exposure for the band. Miles is touring the world, hitting all these markets that Alter Bridge has never hit, and now we'll have a fan base there kind of waiting for us when Alter Bridge goes. So I think it's a good thing.
Do any of you... This is from Becquerel from Manchester. Do any of you have any pre-gig rituals or Lucky Socks pants you have to wear on stage? Judging from the smell of Brian sometimes, he might have some lucky underwear that he wears. I don't know, I'm just kidding. Well, Mark and I both are very...
Black.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of black. Get none more blacker. We warm up a lot, so that's our pre-show ritual. I mean, I won't go on stage unless I've warmed up for at least an hour. And him, like, from the moment he wakes up in the morning, it's...
That used to be like that, but
Yeah,
I've realized that the older I get, the more I play, the worse I play in the show. So I'm trying to play early in the day, then take time off before a show, and then play a good hour or so before a show. So if you do any more, I think it really kind of wears down your hands and you can't play as well. What tips would you give a band starting out and to anyone who is trying to make it in the music industry? Ginger, Jesus.
Don't do it.
Staffordshire. Well, in this day and age, it's so much different than when we started out. I would take advantage of Twitter and Facebook, obviously, and try and find a manager who has some kind of connection with the local radio. Because that's how 15 years ago we got our break, is with local radio in Tallahassee, Florida. And I think a combination of trying to find radio ties and taking advantage of your social networking is probably the best bet.
Next question is from Hardy Rexian from Manchester. Of course I get this question. What would you rather be attacked by, 20 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck?
Wow.
Boy, that's... you know what? I'm going to say just 1 horse-sized duck, because 20 duck-sized horses...
Yeah, you can knock out some 20 duck-sized horses. You just step on those bastards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just step
But you
on
wouldn't
them.
want to. They'd be nice little horses. You take them home to the kids and have them be dolls or something.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to preface this as like, why would you be attacked? I mean, maybe they just want some of my peanut butter sandwich.
Maybe they want some nurturing. Those horses, they don't want to attack you.
That's good.
When writing the new Alter Bridge material, do you write whilst on tour, or wait until you're in the studio? That's from Monk Z, Ben Monks from Manchester. We are always writing. I was writing last night, and Miles probably was writing as well. I was writing feverishly to try and come up with new Alter Bridge material, and I think I wrote one or two things, maybe a good verse or two. But every time I have a day off, I'm working and writing, and it's an ongoing process.
It's ongoing. How did you all meet? This is from Dippy from Birmingham. It was at a bathhouse, actually. No, it's going to be snipped and it's going to be all over the place. We actually we met back in '98. I was in a band called the Mayfield Four, and they were touring as Creed, and we were opening. The tour was the summer of '98, so we kind of crossed paths a little bit. We didn't spend a lot of time hanging out. That's why I was so surprised when they called years later, because we didn't really get to know one another. So he called 5 years after that, and the rest is history. So, anything you want to add to that?
No, it was all good. I called Miles, and he seemed very receptive, and had said that. He had heard the stuff we'd done in the past and thought we could work well together, and I sent him some demos. He sang over them, and we thought it was tremendous, and flew him down, and there was really never any, hey, you want to be in the band or what? We just kind of
Still don't know if I'm in the band.
we just kind of went, we just kind of started moving forward, and kind of considered that day when he flew down to be the start, the genesis of Alter Bridge, which was January 2nd, 2004.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, do you think Alter Bridge would ever include an instrumental track on any of the albums in the future? Blackbird 5150. I would love that. It's I'm a big fan of instrumentals. One of my favorite bands growing up was Metallica, and I was very, very disappointed when the Black Album came out and there wasn't an instrumental. That's what I was looking for. Orion's my favorite Metallica song. To Live Is To Die is probably my second favorite. Call of Cthulhu is probably my third favorite.
That's a good one. I like that one.
And it wasn't on there. I would love to do an instrumental. I think it's just it's hard when you come up with music that you really love to not turn it into a proper song. So when it's an instrumental, it's not going to be as widely recognizable or received. But yeah, I would love to.
I would too, actually. I think it's a good idea. I think it'd be fun. We should do it. It's a great idea, Blackbird 5150. I owe it all to you. Next question is from Phil Nally, Phil Moore from Warwick. Would you consider playing a Creed track in your download set? Probably not, because we've never actually tried, we've never done a Creed song as Alter Bridge. And I think
this is the time to go for it.
Yeah, right. Right. Once again, it's going to be all over the place.
We've struggled a lot of years with Alter Bridge to have it be its own band, and we don't ever want to blur those lines. Alter Bridge is its own band, Creed is its own band, and we don't play Creed songs, so don't come to our shows if you're expecting Creed songs, and if you're coming to a Creed set, don't expect Alter Bridge songs. They're two different bands.
The next question is from Tool God Kurt from Essex. Can you put In Loving Memory Of in your set list for download? We consider it. It's tricky because it's a festival, and generally we don't do any of the slower stuff, any of the ballads. About as close as we get to a ballad. We just did a festival tonight. Is we do Blackbird, which isn't really a ballad, but it's got the dynamics where it kind of crescendos and has the big epic moments. But I love singing that song, and I think that it's definitely one of those songs that really connects with people, and so maybe if the set's long enough, we'll kind of just weigh it out. I'm not sure how long we have that night. Maybe we'll do a part of the set where we can break things down. All right, that's it.